Hello! Welcome once again to Gacha Rock Roll.
We're back
Yes.
after a while.
2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys, there hasn't been much info for us to discuss. And in general, both of us have been a little busy, so as a result, we haven't really had much to do, had much to talk about. But that changed yesterday when the Genshin Impact stream attacked.
2.0 is what we're calling it. It's not 1.7 anymore. It's 2.0.
Yes, and as usual, before we get into the nitty-gritty of this here stream, we have a little bit of a request from a friend to talk about some of the more OGs in the world of gacha games. So back in my day, I actually have to say that.
Your day.
Back in my day, yes.
Your day.
We had a game in the arcade. We had multiple games in the arcade that involved cards. These are called Mushi King and Dinosaur King. The childhood memories of going to the arcade, going to Power Station to collect cards, trying to get that one card. You know, back then, for Mushi King it was the Hercules Beetle. For Dinosaur King it was the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, it's basically arcade version of gacha, right?
Yeah, that reminds me as well. Do you think other gacha franchises should start going back to doing this? For example, FGO is FGO Arcade.
Yeah.
And I think it's a problem that there's multiple versions, especially because of, version exclusivity.
Oh yeah, but I think we can assume that some multiple versions, they port their stuff eventually. So we can hope at least that they're gonna port their stuff. We're not
eventually
sure.
is a hopeful word.
Yeah, but we're not really sure, so we can't really say anything we can say.
I do miss those games as well. I do miss the idea of going to the arcade over there just so that we could go get the card. Of course, that was a more direct way of spending money. We were whales from the beginning. Those are not free-to-play gachas. But here, it's different, we live in a world of free-to-play gacha games where gacha games are free from the beginning to the end.
Well, if you want it free from beginning to the end.
In other news as well, I tried my first GSSR for Fate Grand Order.
Which I was quite surprised that you actually were...
I gave it a shot just to experience it once.
Yeah, but you broke F2P status.
Yeah, but I'm never doing it again, so...
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Your F2P status is tainted forever, so you will never be F2P again.
Yeah, it's okay. I can live with that. Just, besides, he got me Hijikata, so he's an interesting servant. Not the one I would have wanted, but hey, he's cool.
Yeah, I guess. You already have a Berserker though, so
I have
it's kind of...
3. He's the 4th.
So it's kind of not as useful, you could say.
To be fair, I didn't want him specifically, but here we are. As for you, Ryan, why don't you tell our listeners how your GSSR was?
Double pulled SSR. I got Jolter and I duped again another Squirtoria. I don't like her. I don't want her. But she's there anyway. Now she's NP2. I didn't want that, but she's there anyway. Jolter though, not my most desired pull from the GSSR, I guess. But it's a good pull though. So if I'm fighting any berserkers, that's useful.
I think it's fair that you'll need to eventually use her more often for Zeus coming up because quickly as well. The trailer for Lost Belt number 5.
Yeah.
It came out. It dropped. Excuse some of the little noises. Our dog is here once again.
Yeah. I think he's getting mad about the people outside or something. But I will, I guess, use Jolter in a lot of situations. It's definitely one of them servants that lots of people want. Not necessarily I wanted it, but I'll take it over getting a dupe of someone else. Right.
And with that, is there anything? Oh, right. So a friend of mine asked me to try Counterside as well. I gave it a shot. I can see why people like the game. And I think I would have, but I don't know. For me as a player of gacha games, you gotta feel that hook. You know what I mean? There are certain games that just give you a hook. No, it didn't.
It didn't. Yeah.
Like, for some, kasi, well, most of the time, whenever I get it, it's instant. If it's not instant, if I'm waiting for it to hook me in, that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, hype comes with that as well.
Yes.
It's just a bit of a factor there.
And what they can present at the time,
Yes. But enough of all that. Is there anything you want to get out, Ryan, before we begin?
Nothing really in particular, just that I'm not a big fan of Counterside, I guess. But
what about Punishing Grey Raven? You don't want to talk about that?
Well, yeah, PGR is coming out on the 16th. I'm very excited. It's gonna be another gacha
16th,
game.
that's next Friday.
Yes, it's gonna be another gacha game that I will enjoy, I think. Maybe it's gonna be that what you call it? It's gonna be that game I play when all my other gacha games are like finished. Because despite them having an energy system, I feel like there's a lot more interactiveness.
You'd
so
think that would have
nice.
been Genshin.
Yeah, but Genshin is sometimes you don't feel like doing something. Like
Yeah,
I mean, who wants to harvest trees every day, right? I mean that's one of my projects, but I can only harvest trees once in a while.
Before you go nuts.
Before I don't feel like doing it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But then PGR, I feel like it's gonna be it's also gonna be kind of farming, but a lot more interactive, you could say.
Mm-hmm. Oh, super last thing, I promise. Finally, we should say in advance. We'll probably be doing an episode dedicated to Ruby. Me and Ryan watch Ruby. There was a teaser that came out, I think today, if not a few days ago.
Yeah.
And
well,
I want to dive in. Well, so expect a Ruby episode in the future. Maybe not the next episode, but expect one.
Maybe.
It'll be our first anime episode. Well,
maybe.
Yeah, it'll be our first anime episode officially.
Maybe, we'll see. I
Right.
don't know though if it's gonna be a long one because the teaser didn't really have much.
Well,
that we
maybe
did
we can
already
do
know
it closer to when it actually comes out.
Yeah, I think that's a better idea.
Right. So now you know. And with that, we shall begin the deep dive into Genshin Impact 2.0. So, first things first, thank you for putting the stream at a reasonable time for the Asians.
8 p.m. Right?
Yes! Thank you!
I mean, they're Asians too, so like.
Yeah,
And we are the Asia server, so.
yeah, but they only put it for China, and then the rest get it at 12
I mean, okay.
a.m. Well,
Like this time, China only had it like 25 minutes before, and that's just like I don't know 1/3 of the stream. So we basically watched it like right after, so we didn't really miss much.
so I believe this is their attempt to. Personally, I believe this is their attempt to do it like FGO, get the guys known from the MiHoYo staff.
Yeah.
Xiao
'cause-
Luo Hua.
Yeah.
Xiao Luo Hao, rather.
I guess we can. There's a lot more
Yeah.
stuff.
And also, who's Chise? The girl, the female staff that showed up that everybody seems to like.
Okay.
I don't know.
I was paying attention more to the content than the people that were talking about it. Unfortunately, not to say that they're not interesting. It's just that like I was more attracted to seeing what they had to present rather than who they were and what they were who they were in the team and stuff. So I don't really remember the people too well. I do remember what they were talking about though, like the development of the areas.
Yeah, it was really interesting hearing where they would go, what they would plan out, how well in depth they would factor in details. I guess from the beginning we could already see, as early as Fischl's event, how much attention to detail they actually put into this game.
Yeah, even the dialogue, interactions with
which is
some
what
characters.
I really loved about Mona's interaction during that event.
Well, we know they're doing stuff like that, so people have different experiences sometimes. So
Yes, but the question is where to begin on this content truckload?
There are a lot of places we can begin.
Alright.
It really depends though on like what do you want to talk about,
Okay.
who do we talk about,
Here's
or
what we can do.
you know what do you want first, right?
Yes. Here's what we can do. We can do it just like the stream did, and talk about it in the same order they did.
The same order. How did they do it in the same order?
Well, first they talked about the Electro Traveler.
Alright.
I think.
Electro Traveler.
Nah, you know what? Let's just go talk about the Electro Traveler first.
I mean, I'll rely on you for the order. I mean, I have most of the
Yes.
information.
Now.
you know.
First up, Electro Traveler. So we kind of have an idea of how that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in tune with the leaks and stuff, you already kind of know, I guess, what the Electro Traveler does. But like, if you don't know, I can explain.
Yeah,
right
please
now.
do.
Like,
Assume our listeners have no idea of the leaks.
well, yeah, Electro Traveler is actually probably the best version of Traveler
So far.
because he or she becomes a extremely powerful energy battery.
Oh.
And you know he can generate a lot of energy. His talents let him mass produce that stuff. And you know, with the kind of energy manipulation gimmick of the Inazuma characters and their weapons, you know, it's a really useful thing, you could say, especially for those energy heavy teams, you know, that like to loop their ultimates, or you know, they keep switching in and out to make sure you have energy, or for your characters that need a lot more energy than they can generate, like Eula, who takes forever to get her thing up.
Yeah.
So it's really useful. That's probably the best version of Traveler. So if you're planning to use your Traveler, it's really much worth it this time. Electro Traveler is great. His ult is basically a replacement of Lisa. So
Oh, is it?
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Wow.
the same thing. It's just that it does more for you in terms of energy. So
I see.
yes, I feel bad for you, Lisa stands over there, but you know, she's getting replaced even more now, which is sad, by the main character. So yeah, I mean that's Electro Traveler for you. Make sure you bring him around, I think, Inazuma, or at least one Electro related character, because
Yeah.
the way the field looks, it's you're gonna need it somewhere or the other.
Yeah. Also, I don't recall them actually mentioning outright buffs for the Electro element.
Oh,
It's just that this
because
place has a lot of the Electro element.
It's because the Electro buffs technically already happened.
Huh?
Yes, like for you people that you know follow dev notes very often, the reaction multipliers have been changed a bit. So now, if you try to, if you try to, overload something
Yeah.
and you try to vaporize something, it will do around the same amount of damage already.
Ooh,
So
great.
Electro supports are a lot more viable, especially if you know if you have the better ones like Fischl, you know, it's a lot more viable now. Is you know, if you have pyro based, you can overload if you're willing to accidentally blow yourself up sometimes. But you know, yeah. Superconduct is also a bit more useful, even if you're not doing the defense thing. So it has a little more damage now also. Electro reactions are a bit better, I gotta say.
Yeah. Now let's get into the thing everybody wanted to know from the stream in the first place, the characters. So,
Aside from Electro Traveler, a first banner that we're gonna see will be Ayaka,
yeah.
Misato. I
They
assume,
knew we know.
Yeah, I think everyone knew already.
So this is like this is a
yeah,
quadruple now, that because we know they know we know.
yes, and we know that they know that we know about
Yes.
them knowing. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So Ayaka is gonna be your standard main cryo DPS, kind of like
Kaya.
Ganyu, but without take charge shots and just doing one burst at a time. She's a bit more interactive, I gotta say, if you ask me, because Ganyu is just shoot, alt, shoot, alt, shoot, alt.
I
It's
remember
not very
descriptions.
interactive, if you ask me.
Yeah, I remember descriptions from the beta describing her as Mona with a sword.
I guess you could say that because when she comes out of her dash,
Yeah,
she has a
attacks.
special dash. You know,
Yeah.
it's like Mona's dash, but she freezes
Yeah.
the water,
Yeah.
and she can go over water also. But when she goes out of her dash, I think her attacks become cryo infused.
Ah.
So she just deals cryo damage mainly. They changed her gimmick a bit to be a more charged attack heavy character, so you might see a lot more of charged attack comboing.
What did it used to be?
It used to be just general cryo damage up.
Oh.
Now it's more of like charged attack increase or basic attack
Like
increase.
Ganyu?
No, Ganyu is just Ganyu. Just shoot. Yeah, that's why I didn't want Ganyu because she's so repetitive. It gets boring after a while. Like if you're not pressing buttons to do damage, you're just holding a button waiting for something to happen. Yeah, I'm not interested too much.
Right.
But she's part of her gimmick also is looping. I think her ultimate, which does a lot of cryo damage, the multiplier is very big. So if you're looking for a strong cryo DPS,
There you go.
Ayaka's there for you. Yeah.
Right. And let's consider as well the one after Ayaka. It's a good thing you mentioned Ganyu because people are calling her the Pyro Ganyu.
Yeah, Yoimiya is not Pyro Ganyu.
But she is spiritually
has-
connected to you for a very special
Yes,
reason.
because her voice actress is Kana Ueda for the Japanese, and like every character I've ever liked in a gacha game has always been voiced by Kana Ueda, even though I don't know the voice actress yet. Like sometimes I just see the characters like I like that character the most out of all the other female characters. Like that's the waifu for this game. That happened with Arknights. Then I discovered Skyfire's voiced by Kana Ueda. Wow. Like FGO, I already have Ereshkigal, which is my
Yeah.
best girl.
Why don't you complete the set? Get Ishtar. Get the space
Well,
Ishtar.
I was trying to do that partially, technically, and then like when I saw Yoimiya, that was like I don't know 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I really like her character. She looks so nice. I
Yeah.
want her. Then yesterday she revealed Kana Ueda's her voice actress. I was like, I have a spiritual connection or something. I don't know what's going on. Like every time, it's always Kana Ueda, the voice actress.
Even in gacha games you dropped already, like Epic 7.
Like in Epic 7, my best girl was Sermia, and the Japanese voice of Sermia was Kana
Kana Ueda.
Ueda. Like, come on, what's going on? Like, I think I just like the type of characters that she likes to voice. I don't know what it is, but Yoimiya is not Pyro Ganyu. I mean, she has the charge attack gimmick, but she's more of a basic attack focused archer, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because not many archers are basic attack focused. It's either their
Charged.
elemental skill or charged attack,
Yeah.
right? Or they're just spam your ult like Venti.
Yeah.
But Yoimiya is an actual DPS. Press the button multiple
Yeah.
times to do
when
damage.
you say that, I have a little bit of a worry with Yoimiya. Basic attack focus, you say.
Yeah.
Archers don't exactly have the best aim in basic attacks.
Well,
they tend to
yes.
lot.
Yes, but
Is Yoimiya special with that, or?
well, I mean, her charge attack has the homing thing.
Well, yeah. But
Like
that's the charge
she
attack.
has like levels to her charge attacks. If you guys don't know, it's her stage 3 charge attack will give her like homing missiles. So if you just shoot and then the missiles will go towards the enemy. I don't know if they're gonna fix the aim thing, but I think that's just it's up to you, I guess. I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see, certainly.
Yeah, but she is basic attack focused more because her skill is like Hu Tao, empower your attacks with
yes.
pyro. So I know I'm getting another pyro DPS, but it's gonna help me a lot in Abyss. Diluc is starting to fall off because I don't have good weapon for him. But
Prototype arcade?
it's starting to fall off in terms of the damage I need to complete Abyss, because like you need a reaction for him to reach 10k. Hu
Freezing.
Tao does a basic attack and that's 10k. Like I need that kind of damage because they don't die fast enough.
Well, do you fully invest in him too?
Yeah, like he was the first guy I actually fully invested in. Like I gave him a good set.
Well, yeah, because it was your first 5-star.
Yes, yeah, I maxed his skills. I gave him a good weapon, a level 90 weapon that is, and
What'd you give him? Skyward.
Prototype archaic. Mine's level 90.
I thought you meant 5-star.
No, I don't have a 5-star weapon for him. Like, if I get Wolf's Gravestone, that'll probably make him more viable for me to use in, like, Abyss.
Exactly.
But until then, his damage isn't enough. Like, I can't get enough reactions to deal enough damage in a short amount of time. Whereas Hu Tao, I just need to press, like, 3 buttons.
Okay.
But, Yoimiya is kind of hybrid support, hybrid DPS, because her ult leaves a mark that when an ally hits it, it blows up and does pyro damage or something. I think that's it. Like, and I think I like to think that when your uptime for your elemental skill, empowered attacks ends, you use that and you switch out to someone else, right? So I think that's a good way to play it probably. In terms of the actual DPS, she comes close to Hu Tao, is what they said. The beta tester said she comes kind of close, but not like exactly in large amounts. So it takes a lot more effort, I think, to get her there. Yeah. Well, you can expect me to roll for Yoimiya, especially if I get her on the first 5-star. If I don't miss pity, I'm gonna try for the weapon too.
Alright.
We'll see.
And last but not least, for the banners that is, we have to talk about Yoshida's ward, who lives in his house. Let's talk about Sayu, the little ninja.
Tanuki Ninja. Okay, so for you people that think that, this Anemo Claymore is kind of
Lame.
weird and it's lame, it's actually not lame because one of her passive talents is to not be noticed by animals. For you people that are thinking, how is that important? Not being noticed by animals? This includes crystal core flies. When you're trying to
Catch them.
to condense your resin, you need crystal core flies.
Yeah, catch those little bastards.
They fly away when you get close. But if you have Sayu on the team, they won't notice you when you're there. So you can just pick all of them up instead of trying to run and maybe misclicking and you're not gonna get them. Sayu just becomes I need this character. Not because she's good, but because she has a talent.
Yeah, ninjas, guys.
Yeah, and like in terms of a character, I think she's okay. Anemo Claymore is still kind of weird, but she's okay. Yeah.
So I want to know what
She's
can she do?
she's a decent support-ish. Kinda like
what's her thing?
I like to think it's kinda like Jean and Bennett in a way. Like they can reaction once in a while and they mainly heal.
Oh really?
Yeah. She doesn't have the
Claymore.
she doesn't really have the attack boost though, like that Bennett has, or the sudden burst healing that Jean does. So it's like kinda like a poor man's Jean, I guess. Cause I don't think she does a
Wouldn't
big
that
amount
be
of animal
Sucrose?
damage.
Who is the poor man's Jean?
No, Sucrose is the poor man's Venti. The poor man's Venti is like fantastic.
I see. Sucrose is good, of course.
Sucrose is fantastic. Sucrose is arguably better than Venti in a lot of things, but we'll see.
Yes. So, aside from the characters who are coming out in the banners, they actually revealed all of the characters that are coming. I assume
Not
all of the
you can
characters.
assume, but I'm not gonna say if
that's
that's
true or not,
everyone
yeah.
from this place that we're gonna see.
It's true. I mean, this is an entire region, and
Yeah.
heck, Eula is from Mondstadt.
And she came out like super late.
Yeah, she came out
super
recently.
late. Yeah, recently. So
There you go.
Yeah.
They could introduce more. But let's talk about the characters they also introduced outside. Starting with Mr. Ichigo Kurosaki himself.
Toma, and that's spelled with a Thoma,
Yeah,
like
Thoma.
Thomas the Tank Engine. Yes.
Yeah.
Toma. We don't know what he is. People say he's a pyro pole arm or something like that.
Makes sense.
I think. Yeah, it makes
Based on that,
sense.
I think it makes sense.
He is the fiance of Ayaka. So if
What
you're,
she sees in him,
we
going
don't
to find
know.
out.
We will see. But if your best girl is Ayaka, she's taken. So I feel sorry for you. But but Toma, I don't think he's a 5-star based on what we know. He's actually just a 4-star. He's kind of like better Xiangling, I guess. But Xiangling is really good, so
What is it
maybe
that
we'll see.
Toma can do?
We don't know what
Toma
he
is-
can do actually.
Oh really? We don't.
Yeah, he's one of those characters that we
see.
do know the element in the weapon, but we
That's
don't
it?
know anything else.
Also,
Yeah.
we just know he exists.
We know he exists, yes, and he will be added in the future. Not yet, but in the future,
Right.
someday.
Let's also look at the other side. Who else can we talk about? Let's talk about Ye.
Yay Miko.
Yay
So her
Miko?
her name is Miko. We thought her name was Yay Sakura. So now her name is Yay Miko.
Funny enough, she's voiced by
By the-
Ayane Sakura.
Ayane Sakura. So, you know, you Musashi fans out there for
Yes.
FGO, you know,
Grand
that's
fans of Bang Dream.
yeah. So, well, we know she can sing, so I wonder if she's gonna sing because she's a shrine maiden in this one. So
Who Shrine Maiden sing?
maybe, I don't know. I'll be happy if I get to listen her sing. But like,
Oh, I almost forgot. That reminds me. You told me a while ago. Lily Pichu
is voicing Sayu. Yes. So if you play in English, the voice of
It will be
Sayu
Lily
is
Pichu.
Lily Pichu. I'm so proud
Yeah, well,
that
that's well
she's
done.
getting so much recognition as a
Yes.
voice actress.
I'm
very
sure,
happy for
I'm
her.
almost certain Bushy Road put in a good word for her, if not the other actors that she worked with on D4DJ.
Yeah, definitely. Because I
Because
mean,
D4DJ's dub was good for the most part, minus
Maho.
Maho, but you know, respect. It's very difficult for a Japanese person to speak English, let alone somebody who's
Yeah,
doing
but
the
I
same
still
character.
think they shouldn't have done it. It didn't sound right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's in terms of voice actress. Yei Miko apparently is like a.
She can see the future from
I
what
don't
they're
know.
setting up.
I don't know about
'Cause-
seeing the
'cause
future.
I remember in the line in the trailer, she said, so what I predicted was right.
It predicted.
So
Like,
there
you-
are some doubts
The-
that
yeah,
she can see the
sh-
future.
I don't know if
exactly.
she can see the future. Maybe she can do that, you know, weird Japanese spiritualism thing. You know,
What?
I don't know. Give you some tiny clairvoyance. You know them, like a, like
Like a seance, like a...
yeah, like a seance or like what do you call those things? Like
I don't-
horoscope, like stuff like that. You know, you predict what's there for the year. You know, stuff like that. You get what I mean. Okay, I don't think it's literal. She can see into the future. That doesn't make sense. But
Well, we thought the Archon could see into the future, so you never know.
yeah, well, maybe she can. Yeah, we don't know.
Maybe
yet.
she can, exactly.
But apparently, I think she is a pyro something.
She don't look
Pyro
like a pyro.
catalyst or electro catalyst, one of the two. She's a catalyst user, that's for sure.
Well, that's
though.
for sure, yeah. She doesn't look like a pyro catalyst.
She doesn't look like it, but you don't know. It's a possibility.
I mean, every character's design has been consistent with their element, except
not all of them, but sure.
no, okay. The only one I can think of that isn't very consistent is Albedo.
I mean, Albedo is Geo, and his hair is kind of blondish. I guess you could say that's related.
I mean, like, look at the designs we've had. You know, you have like Kaya, you have Yuna,
Kaya's
Ganyu,
blue,
they have
Ganyu
bluish
is
aesthetic
blue.
to it. D-Look and the
D-Look is
Pyro
red.
It's all reddish. You have the Tartaglia is a little different.
Child
you know,
is
you got-
kind
no,
of
no, but that's still
bluish.
bluish as well.
Yeah. there's
Purple
some-
for Electro.
Yeah, facial is super purple. Beidou.
Yeah, also purple. Beidou.
Well, Beidou doesn't necessarily look purple, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
It not necessarily looks purple.
Oh, there's another one who is a
Yeah.
bit out of the norm
Yeah.
in terms of that design.
Mm-hmm.
But going back, Yei Miko, let's see what she's capable of.
In the future.
Yeah, I'm interested. I really want to get into what the story of the trailer is about. But first, we have to finish the rest of the characters because we have.
We have more.
Yes, we do. There's still. What was the name of that character?
Which one?
Goro.
Goro. Geo
The
Bo.
supposed
Geo Bo.
character.
Mr. My reaction is against what I am. Yeah.
We don't know.
Like,
what
seriously.
Goro's all about.
Like, you crystallize something and you're supposed to be afar when you're an archer.
Hey.
Let's run into the fight. Yes,
Hey,
good idea.
Ningguang's a rocket launcher. Ningguang is a bazooka. So
Yeah, but she just does damage. Like,
maybe he does that.
she doesn't need to. She has her own screen and whatever for her own shield. She doesn't need to get the crystals. This guy is like, oh, let me shoot charge shot geo damage.
Yeah,
That's so weird. Like, why would you charge shot and do geo damage? That's so weird.
Now we don't exactly know what.
I don't know if he's good or not, but
Yeah.
we'll see, I guess. Maybe they'll make him broken, we're not sure.
Yeah. I mean, it is very clear that he has a geo bow.
And if you're wondering lore-wise, Goro is like with the general of the resistance movement or something like that.
Yeah, I really want to get into that discussion soon. But we can't forget Sarah.
Oh, Sarah is like the right-hand man of the Shogun. Or right-hand woman, sorry.
The Tengu warrior, they call
Tengu
her.
warrior. She's an electro bow, so and she could be a 4-star, could be a 5-star. We're not sure.
How many Japanese folklore elements have they added to the characters already? You have a Tengu, you have a Tengu, an Oni in Toma.
Yeah, you have the Oni, you have a Tengu, you have
Whatever Goro is.
animal person.
I don't know. He looks like a cat.
Tanuki. We have Tanuki with Sayu.
Oh, she's a Tanuki.
Oh, yeah. She has the tail. She's the raccoon tail, you know?
Cool. Maybe the other kappa.
Maybe the other kappa.
Like a hydro. Maybe Tomimi is a kappa. Speaking of Tomimi.
Speaking of
Darn it.
Tomimi.
Wait, we have to finish Sarah.
Sarah
We have to get to Tomimi.
So, Sarah, right-hand man of the Shogun, she looks like a Tengu. She's an electro bow, that's for sure. They even confirmed that in the trailer.
Yeah.
She literally did an electro charge shot.
She seems to be a DPS though.
I think
From what
she
we've
is
heard.
a DPS. She's gonna be like, I'm official, but I am actually a DPS for realsies.
So it's gonna be weird. Instead of Oz, what's it gonna be?
Well, I mean, she's probably gonna have something cool.
Yeah.
We'll see. Of course, we'll talk about Tomimi now.
Yes.
I is that her Kokomi Tomimi? I don't know what they made her name.
You know who we're talking about.
Yeah, it's just white-haired girl with the water thing. She's a hydro catalyst, I think.
Yes, the first hydro catalyst since Ganyu.
Since Mona.
I Ganyu since
Mona
Mona
and Barbara.
The first
Yeah,
since
so
those two.
we'll have a hydro catalyst.
She might be the first new hydro character.
Aside from Child?
Yes.
New
we don't know.
hydro
Well,
character.
okay.
I guess.
I'm not gonna
yeah.
assume she's a 5-star.
I won't either. Yeah.
That would make her the newest 4-star hydro.
Yes, that's true. Because like we only have 2 for hydro 4-stars.
Yes, it's a very small pool. That
Yeah.
actually hydro in general is a very small pool.
Yeah, it is a very small pool. Then again, it's good that it's a small pool because everyone hates doing the hydro boss. So
Yeah.
nobody wants to do Oceanid. I don't know what kind of person you are if you say I like fighting the Oceanid.
And maybe they'll add the future
Hopefully they add a different. Please
hydro hypostasis.
add hydro hypostasis. Lord, please. Like
Yeah.
they did already pyro hypostasis instead
Yeah.
of you can do that instead of
So I'm
pyro
gonna-
Regis Vine.
Which I assume is gonna be for Yoimiya's ascension.
Yes, that's why I'm saving all my fragile resin because I'm
You're gonna get it fast.
I'm supposed to max her out when I get her, but then like I have to do that first.
Yeah, you have to go through that
I have
madness.
to go through all farming that thing over and over, waiting 1 minute just so it can respawn. I have to kill it multiple times
with water.
with force, raw force. And the
Yes.
problem is all my DPS are pyro.
Really?
Yeah, all my main DPS.
Nobody else. You don't have any other.
I mean, I have other people, yeah, but it's gonna take longer. That's the problem.
No, because you're gonna have to invest in them.
No, not because I have to invest. It's just that I don't kill them as fast.
Oh.
Because like, if I'm fighting a cryo enemy, they just die immediately because I'm all pyro. And melt is fun.
So with Tomimi, she's a kata. She seems to be an idol. I'm gonna assume she's an idol.
She's the military general of the Shogun. She doesn't look like it, but she is. That's one of them
Yeah.
characters. You look at them, they're smiling at you, and then on the inside, they're strangling you. So
yes, they're planning.
it's not fun.
There-
It's
There's a plan in those eyes.
there's a danger, a dark demon within. Like some kind
Indeed.
of some kind of thing like that.
And last but certainly far from the least, the Raiden Shogun herself.
Yes,
Bal.
Baal. Yes, looking good. Gotta say, looking good.
almost exactly like
Raiden Mei, voiced by the same voice actress as
Yes.
Raiden Mei.
She's voiced by Raiden Mei in the Chinese or Japanese or both.
in
Japanese, I'm going to say. I believe
think
Honkai is in Japanese.
Honkai is in Japanese, so yes, it is that one.
Yeah, it's her. All
Yeah.
right.
Raiden, the Shogun
Raiden
literally pulled a freaking sword out of her chest. So please, let's not make her a pole arm. Electro, obviously.
That's Raiden Mei's thing in Honkai, I believe, as well. She does that too.
Pull a sword out of her chest.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe she does that as well.
I don't know, but like I don't. Please, let's not make her a freaking pole arm.
Well, the
make her a
question-
sword, please, please.
The question is the similar, because I believe Yae Miko is also similar to a character in Honkai.
Yay Sakura.
Will they acknowledge
Yay,
Yae Sakura?
Yay something.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Or is
too
it
well.
Miko something?
Yay something. It's
Yay
the
something.
Yay
So-
family.
Will they acknowledge it as a coincidence, or is there something with Honkai that they're trying to give us?
I don't think. I think it's just a coincidence. It's more of like a callback, I guess, in terms of design.
Alright, so with this Raiden Shogun, the supposed... the way they presented her, I doubt she's a support, but I heard she was.
Yeah, she probably is. I mean, it makes sense that she can do that kind of big electro stuff because, well, she's the Archon of Electro and she still has her Gnosis, so...
Right.
So it makes sense that she can do the big monkey electro stuff. Oh, if you can hear a phone ringing in the background, I apologize. It's a bit loud. Unfortunately, the room isn't always the quietest place. But yeah, the Electro Archon is going to be a support, most likely. If she's not a support, that would be cool. But yeah, as of now, we assume that she is a support because all the Archons before have been supports. So if you're saving your Primo Gems for something that will be later on, it will be very much later on, gotta say. The Raiden Shogun, I think, is also supposed to have like a gimmick. Like if they do make her a 4-star, or no, not 4-star. If they do make her a pole arm, I think she's gonna have a similar gimmick to Child, where she can change her weapon. But I think she also gonna have the energy gimmick thing. But you can expect that she like her gimmick as a character will have something to do with time because God of Eternity and stuff. So some people say she has like a time stop ability or something based on what we know from the leaks. But we're not sure. We'll have to wait and see in terms of the Raiden Shogun's immense skill over Electro and power, in other stuff. So we've talked about Goro, we've talked about Toma, we've talked about Ayaka, we've talked about Sarah, we have talked about Yoimiya, we've talked about Electro Traveler, we've talked about Tomiwi, and we've talked about the Shogun too. In terms of other characters, I don't think we have any much left. But we can definitely expect that the Raiden Shogun will be coming later on. Because don't expect her to be in a nearby update. Maybe 2 or 3 updates from now, you can see the Raiden Shogun. Because she's too vital to the story for anyone to just get her.
Right, yes. Sorry, guys. I had to deal with a few things, but I came back as soon as I could.
Yeah, that's why he's been quiet this entire time. I've been talking to you guys directly.
Yes, so have we discussed all the characters?
Yeah, more or less. I talked about the
sure?
Shogun already. I don't think
In
I've
detail?
missed... Yeah, I don't think I've missed anyone specifically. I mean,
Alright,
I think
so-
everyone's gotten it.
We've discussed the who. Now let's talk about the what, which is a lot. First off,
there's a lot of what.
first, the actual story they presented to us in the trailer. So, this island,
Nation.
it I guess I have a feeling each nation or country or whatever is going to explore a certain aspect of their world. Like for example, you don't ever really see focus on visions as much as you do in this world.
Yeah,
World,
they're focusing on that aspect of how the world works. What are visions? What do they mean to the gods, right?
Yeah, because with Mondstadt you had the basic gameplay in general. It's a starting city after all.
Yeah.
Then you have Lie.
Lee talking about how commerce works, you could say, and contracts, and how the world interacts with each other, you could say, I guess.
Yeah.
How people live in various places.
Here it seems to be more philosophical. It's about visions, about convictions.
Convictions, determination, and ambition seems to be
Yeah, so
also
What was the line I heard? A person who lost their vision, lost their ambition.
Yeah, it's like it's an equivalent to making them lose their ambition.
So what is that like for somebody who had their stolen?
Like you can't. Okay, there's no point into stealing a vision.
Yeah, but that's what she's been doing.
No,
this
she's
whole time.
been taking them away. Like,
Exactly.
Like people, there's no point to stealing a vision. Like if you're just a normal person, you steal a vision, it doesn't really matter because
It's not gonna work.
It doesn't work because it only works for the person.
Yeah, we learned this in the Kazuha event.
Yeah, it only works for the person themselves. But
Wait, so does that mean there's no?
we're not
way-
sure why the Shogun is taking the visions.
Does that mean there's no way whatsoever to reignite a vision?
Yeah, a vision is meant for one person. I think one person alone. I don't think the
So-
energy will go
Ah.
back into the thing.
So Kazuha's basically on a doom quest that's never gonna end.
I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. If it does, it's a possibility. Not sure.
Yeah, we can't be 100% certain. But yeah, they're presenting this idea that we gotta go meet her, but there's a war going on, right? A war between the rebels and her. And I feel like this is gonna go in the direction of we need to get in her good graces, and to do that we need to stop the rebels. But the problem is when you meet the rebels, you'll realize they're the good guys.
I think I think that's a different. Well, from my perspective, I think it'll turn out differently. That I think you're gonna want to meet the Shogun, but then like when you meet her, she's like very hostile, I guess.
Ah, yeah, that's the other.
And then you're like you talk to Ayaka about it, and she redirects you to how to get in touch with the rebels, because she wants already to go against the Shogun.
So the only one, I guess, loyal to the Shogun
Are
would be-
the like Sarah,
Yae, Sarah.
Yae. Well, Yae I think is a more neutral party.
Sarah Tomimi?
Sarah, because maybe Tomimi and Sarah are the main, connected parties, you could say.
I see. Well, yeah, they seem to. I believe her word. The word was for her goals. Impending eternity, implementing eternity.
Yes, the Shogun's
What exactly does
view
that
of
mean?
eternity. We don't know. Like, she's trying to enforce what she believes will be eternity in her eyes. She's changed a bit, I guess.
A lot from the sound of it, actually.
Yeah, like she used to be like from what we know, she wasn't like this before, but then something happened maybe. And
Yes.
she turned into. She wants to do something about this eternity by getting rid of all the visions, the closing off the nation, stuff like that. We're a bit concerned. But that's the story in a gist so
What
far.
if it's because of the Fatui?
Possibly.
Is
We
there a
haven't-
chance that this is a situation where what she's doing is actually good? People just don't see it that way.
I don't think so.
It's many-
Because why would you be taking people's visions?
You never know. There could
Like,
be there could be something with visions that we're not familiar. We weren't aware visions could be stolen in the first place.
No,
until
I
Kazuha's
mean-
thing.
I
And the whole
mean, I
reigniting.
think you can kind of assume though that visions can be stolen. They're
Yeah, but
objects.
But we learned the whole it only works for one person. You can't even if you steal it, it's not gonna work on somebody else. In this case, you're because there has to be a reason. She's grabbing trinkets essentially from people, taking away their power. Yes, it's not gonna benefit her.
Maybe.
Because, she's an Archon. She doesn't need it.
Yeah, but
And she can't exactly give it to somebody else. Right? Wait, no. She's an Archon. Archons give visions, right?
Yes, but she stopped giving hers
Electrovision?
after something happened. Yeah, that's why there hasn't been a electrovision in a long time. People say no, but like an electrovision hasn't been given in a long time.
Right. So I guess that makes sense as to why they've never introduced a new electric character.
Yes, because all of them have not been able to get a vision.
I see. Oh wow, that's actually a very smart way of planning out that detail.
you tied it in that way.
Yeah, that's
And
very
Electro hasn't been the strongest element for a while already. So now that they're bringing it back, we can expect more from Electro, I guess. It's gonna be a cool thing.
smart. Yeah, I can only hope that we get some sort of answer, not just to the lore of Inazuma, but in general, like how will this tie in to traveler story aside from the whole, oh yeah, your sister?
Well, I think it's more of understanding more of the world, because like at this point they've built it up that you know your sister's there. You know that she will meet you again at the end of your journey, and your journey is to meet all of the archons, to understand their motives and stuff, right? To ask them questions about what they believe in, and to understand, you know, how the world works in different ways, right? That's the goal. So I perhaps it's not gonna focus too much on that exterior story about Kainria, because this isn't an archon that knows about that stuff.
Yeah, that's true. She's the newest one, isn't she?
No, she's not the newest
She's
archon.
one of the newest ones.
She's not one of the newest ones, but yeah, she's the current archon at least. There's the newest archon is the Dendro archon.
Right. No, I just meant we only have two archons.
Only two of the
who
archons,
are
were part of the first 7.
Who were part of the Kanria mess.
Yeah, Venti doesn't care or give anything just to tell you about anything, and Zhongli can't because, well...
You never asked him.
It's more of that, like, you probably would have asked him, it's just that you know he wouldn't have given you an answer.
I guess.
Because, like, he's not the type to just tell you. He's just like, oh, you should go on your adventure to see the truth. I can't be telling you all the answer, you know?
I suppose.
And then you have Zhongli, who's contractually abided not to tell you.
To who? Is the question.
We don't know, but that's just more of lore thingy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like we said with Inazuma, it seems to be a very war-based story. You're gonna be moving back and forth.
Yeah,
I think you're gonna act as a sort of secret emissary. You're gonna be a double if not triple agent, especially.
I don't think you're gonna have a secret agent thing, because I think the Archon's gonna be kind of hostile to you off the bat already. So I don't think it's gonna go, you know.
I don't know. I mean, I understand, you know, the way she came out in the trailer. She gives that whole attitude of, oh, I'm gonna kick your ass. Right? But
yeah.
I think that only happens later on. Like when... I think that's gonna happen when the resistance gets there. And when they get you, you know. Then she brings out her stuff.
Maybe, you could say.
Yeah. But yeah, that looks like an interesting bit of the story, you know. I want to know what else is gonna go on, but we're gonna have to wait because this isn't the entire thing. Let's see. We also have a couple of new stuff with the actual world of Inazuma, new places to go.
Yeah, 3 islands.
The Thunder Sojourn, whatever that is.
Yeah, those are the events already that's happening. If you're wondering about which... Like, Inazuma, when they release it, it's going to be 3 of the islands in the archipelago.
How many islands are there?
I think there's 6.
6? Ah.
But, yeah, we don't get all the islands. We only get 3 of the islands so far. So don't expect the entire place yet. So we cannot max out our Electroculus, I think.
Oh.
But, and we can't max out our Sakura tree either.
You know, they didn't show an Electroculus.
They did. If you paid attention to the other stream, or the entire stream, when they were presenting, you know, how the art style of Inazuma is like that, I screamed when I saw like an Electroculus on a rock. Like, I was like, oh, I have to mark that place. I know, I need to remember.
Where's the rock?
There's a rock there, and there's an Electroculus floating above it. It's right there.
Oh boy. That madness is gonna happen again.
Yeah, there's an Electroculus. Yeah, we're only gonna get like a small bit of the place. Well, maybe half of the place technically. Thunder Sojourn is basically a collage of different events, you know?
Yeah.
You know, mini events, you could say. Kind of like, I think we've had some kind of event like that before, or something like that, where we do different things.
And we're also gonna have, what was it? I trying to remember what it was. There was an event that they mentioned. Theater Mechanicus, we're gonna have that again.
Yeah, the tower defense game.
Leyline Overflow. Let's see. Lost Riches. You get another Sealy, guys.
Yes, you can get another, you know, different colored Sealy. You can get a purple one now because, you know, Inazuma.
Yeah.
Right?
Or get the blue one.
Or
Because
get
nobody picked the blue one last time.
Nobody picked the blue one. I
Get
don't
the
know.
blue one.
I don't know why
He's so
people.
sad.
Yeah.
He's like Bennett. He's
Yeah,
alone.
no. Bennett's with everyone always. He's like always in the
but they
abyss.
don't come back.
He's always in the abyss. Everyone's bringing Bennett everywhere.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me. You mentioned the Sakura tree. Is this? I believe that's the
They didn't-
frost-bearing tree of.
Yeah,
this-
of Inazuma, they have
Inazuma.
some kind of that thing. They didn't mention it in the stream, but
It's
we'll
there.
see. It's there. It's gonna be there. They're not gonna talk about it yet though, so we have to wait.
Yeah.
We're the Thunder Sojourn event, the collection of events, letting you learn about how to work the things in Inazuma. You're gonna get a free Beidou from it. So
yeah, awesome.
if you need another Beidou constellation, there you go.
If you don't have Beidou, there you go.
There you go, yeah. Phantom Flow is another event. I think it's a fighting based event. Kind of less elemental focused, I think. More basic
Actual
attack.
fighting?
Yeah, basic attack, knowing how to do those things,
Yola.
Yes, actually, maybe.
Yola will do really well there.
I think they revamped Theater Mechanicus a bit to give us more, more buffs, more things. I think they listened to the comments of the last one where people are saying, "Oh, it's a bit hard to manage." Or
they know
whatever.
our inside jokes, so I think they know the. I think they
Yeah.
would know the comments and concerns. Because remember, we know that they know that we know.
Yeah. Then the more later events where it kind of slows down, we're gonna have leyline overflow. That's just to stall for more time
Yeah.
so that they can release another update, right?
Mhm.
So double drops from the ley lines for only 20 resin.
Oh, now I remember. Let's try to explain that new weapon mechanic that they're doing.
Because
it's not exactly
stuff.
pity.
Oh, okay. So basically, what they're doing with the weapon banner now is that hitting. If you miss, you can select a path basically of which weapon you want in a weapon banner when you're rolling for it. Luckily, as most people kind of know that the weapon pity is around 40, so it's kind of easier to get a weapon more often, right?
Yeah.
Basically, what it is, it's better than getting like a billion weapons that are not on rate up and not getting the one you want, since the way they did it is like you get a point, like a dream point apparently, for each missed weapon that you didn't choose on your path. Like you have a path, there's like 2 5-star rate up weapons, right?
Is this for 5? Do you only get points for 5-star weapons? That
Yeah,
aren't
yeah,
the
yeah,
one you
yeah.
wanted?
There's
Oh.
only 5-star weapons. Like basically what they're doing is that you select 1 5-star weapon among the 2 that are rate up. If you get
The
2
other one?
copies of the other one before getting the one that you want, your next one will be guaranteed to be that one.
So that is pity.
Yeah, kind of, but you have to get 2 of the other one. If you fail to get it in the
Twice.
first 2 5-stars, you're guaranteed on the third one to get that
Yeah.
5-star. So
And then there's a whole points
hopefully.
exchange thing.
But no, that's it.
Whatever.
That's it. There's no points exchange.
No, you said dream points?
That's exactly it. Like you accumulate those points. Like 1 point per 5-star that you missed.
Yeah.
Like when you miss, you got a 5-star but you missed the weapon. Then that's 1 point. Then you get another point. Then those 2, because you have those 2 points already, on the third one it will consume the points to get the one on rate up.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's
So
what
you need 2 points. So you need to.
Which are gonna be hard to
If
get.
you're gonna if you miss the 5-star weapon that
Twice.
you want twice, then you're guaranteed on the third one.
Oh,
So that's
not
around.
bad.
That's still around like 120 rolls. So
So you're
that's
still
a
gonna
lot.
guarantee.
That's a lot. That's still like a one and a half character, 5-star character,
Yeah.
and like for you people that will miss pity, that's like no weapon, right?
Yeah.
If
I
you
know
miss
that
the
all
weapon.
too well.
If you miss the pity, you have to go further and you lose more primo gems
Mhm.
that you could be using for weapons, but
Speaking of
that's why I'm
weapons-
hoping that I hit Yoimiya on the first.
Exactly. Speaking of weapons, what do we have in terms of the new 5-star weapons?
Yeah, Thundering Pulse and Mist Splitters Reforged. I think that's what they're called.
The sword and the bow.
Yeah, the bow is very powerful, you could say.
This is supposedly Sarah's bow, right?
No, I think it's more of Yoimiya's bow.
Yoimiya.
Well, it's more. It's good for her. It's like it's really good if you put it on her. That's what I have to say.
Visually, that's gonna make me lose my mind.
Because
but,
it's like electro based and it's on a
Yes.
different character that's not an electro
Yes.
character. You know.
But let's see why you say it's okay.
Because it does a lot of damage. It like passively gives your basic attacks like 20% more attack. It gives you 20% more attack. So it has that Wolf's Gravestone passive, right? That just randomly gives you more attack. And then you can get up to like, I don't know, 80% more basic attack damage just from like doing basic attacks with the weapon. So it's really, really powerful. So
it's for DPS.
it is a DPS weapon. It's not like, them support weapons or anything. Mistglitter Reforged is a sword, I think. Yeah.
That's most definitely the Raiden Shogun's sword.
No, it's for Ayaka, but
But that was the sword in the trailer. when
it
she
was,
using it.
yeah. But Ayaka's gonna get it first. So
Okay.
I don't know. Weapons don't really mind. I don't mind weapons lore because it doesn't really make sense. Technically their canon weapons is like Fillet Blade, 3-star weapons, which is kind of sad.
yeah, that's true.
But it has the
Deluxe,
same
yeah.
passive.
Deluxe
Same passive
canon
as the bow.
Yeah. Deluxe Canon sword technically is a Favonius
Great sword.
great sword. Yeah.
Which is kind of poopy, but
It's interesting. Although that means Eula's canonically is
Song of Broken Pines.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, and Jeans would be Aquila Fivonia. And aside from the 5-star weapons, we finally have craftable 4-star weapons again.
Yeah, they're adding some newer ones. I would tell you all the effects, but it's a pretty long list. There's like 5. There are 5 weapons, right?
Basically every
I don't have the list of what they do so far right now, but I know all of them are very good. The bow apparently can be stronger than Amos' bow.
Really?
In terms of raw damage bonus. So you might if you guys are not gonna get like a 5-star bow, that Hamayumi, the bow, is a very, very good pickup. Save your prototypes for that definitely.
Amenoma Kageuchi.
Yeah, basically all I can say so far without like looking up my list of what the weapons do is that all of them are really good weapons except for like the Claymore, because the Claymore is kind of like Skyward Pride, and passive energy recharge on like a Claymore user is not always the best thing.
I guess it depends on who's using it.
Most of them it's
Would this
not
be a
good.
Sayu sword?
Maybe.
She's not exactly a DPS from what I've heard.
Yeah, she's not exactly a DPS, but maybe you could put it on her. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, I guess that's what I can talk about for now in terms of the weapons.
Yeah, with the Kitain's cross spear and the Hakushin ring as well. New catalyst stuff.
Pretty good names, gotta say. There are 2 new artifact sets.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right.
Emblem of Severed Fate.
Yeah, these 2 are more gimmicky. They're kind of there to match the gimmick of Inazuma with them having a heavy energy focused gameplay. Like, energy is a big thing that you play with in Inazuma. Like, the first one is like increased energy recharge. I would say it was a good set, but then the 4-piece effect is not very good. Just telling you that your elemental burst gets 25% of your energy recharge, but you can only get 75%. Like, you have to have like a 300 or like a 200% energy recharge just to get that full bonus, and 75% isn't even that big. Like, Noblesse is still better, I think.
That's right. That should be about right.
Yeah. For the reminiscence thing, the
Shimenawa's
reminiscence,
yes.
the Tanuki mask or whatever that is, Kabuki mask or something. I think that's a interesting set. I guess that can be kind of like replacing Gladiator set in a way. If you it seems better in terms of raw attack power. Because Gladiator's is still good, yeah. But then, like, I guess if you want to play the energy game and your characters use their elemental skill, like, often and their burst isn't, like, the main thing that they use. Or or like their burst is something that lasts long time and you get energy passively from the burst, I think it's a good investment maybe, but I'm not gonna say it's groundbreaking or anything. We were supposed to get other artifacts like the Ayaka set, but we don't have that yet. So for some reason we don't have that yet.
Won't the Dragon Spines artifact be good for her already?
The cryo
Yeah.
set? The cryo set from Dragonspine is good. Yes, I guess you could use that for Ayaka for now. But there's a better set that they're gonna add also, that helps her even more. I think. It's even better because I think it focuses more on the reactions, and since she's a cryo DPS, it's a lot better.
All right. So with that, I think that wraps everything. I think that's everything they showed in the stream.
Yeah,
Apart from the music and the art and all that.
Yeah, that wraps about everything up. I guess if you want to know about the bosses, Pyrohypostasis.
Oh wait, the ruin spider thing.
Yeah, there are more ruin monsters. They're like ruin gazer, I think.
Yeah.
Ruin fortress.
I wonder what those are actually called.
Yeah,
Sliff would say is a field tiller, right?
I don't know. They're probably gonna have some weird name, but yeah, we're gonna have some more ruin stuff. There's gonna be a mechanical hypostasis.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
if you're wondering who gives those materials, that's for Ayaka. So make sure you find that place immediately if you're going to roll on Ayaka. Pyrohypostasis, yes, and there will be more Magukenkis.
Oh, of course, those bastards.
Yeah, I think that is about it.
Right. So, we shall have a quick sound effect before our final thoughts. All right. So, in overall, I guess, it's an interesting, thing to look forward to. Inazuma, we've got more information on the way, I'm sure, but overall, I really hope it turns out good. A lot of people have been hyping up for this place from the start.
Because the music is fantastic, the artwork that they put into the areas is fantastic.
And just such a general continuation of the story is something people have been looking forward to for quite a while.
Yeah, so now that they're finally doing it, it's like, wow, we're so excited to see it.
Yes.
And we can expect it, soon. Because the last event of the current update is already on. So when that ends, you can expect, countdown. Use Kazuha's banner or the battle pass as your timer.
Yeah, basically, right?
Basically, give it maybe a week and a half, and then Inazuma is here.
Exactly. So, with that, I suppose that's that, I guess. Let's see. Is there anything else we should probably talk about? Any last minute thing we missed?
No, I think that's it.
Oh, yeah. What is euthymia? What's the word?
Euthymia?
What is that? What does that word mean? Euthymia.
I think it's like a dream or something.
The
Euthymia. Eternal euthymia.
Eternal euthymia is
The immovable god and the eternal euthymia. That's what it's called. Because can you break the Raiden Shogun's resolve? We'll see.
Interesting. You'd think that's like a Zhong Li thing, is resolved via contracts.
Yeah, but he was less hostile. This one is actually hostile. The other Archons we've met aren't hostile.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, one of them in the future is
Which one?
literally the god of war, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we do need to know why they're hostile. It would be the most important thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and I really want to know how they'll factor the Traveler into this whole mess, right? Because first off, he doesn't have a vision. He
can still control the elements, right?
Multiple elements.
I think that's why he's gonna be the, a new force for the, the resistance that can help, because he can control elements.
Yeah.
Right?
And also, I remember seeing in the trailer around the time Ye Miko appears, a little before that.
Yeah.
There's like a zone that they're in, a sort of hellish looking landscape.
Yeah.
You'll find it around. I'm actually watching the trailer on mute at the moment just to remember where it was, because we have the locations of the places. It's just so interesting how much they added. But there's one spot in particular that I'm really wondering where they are. What is that? It's in the 2 minutes 30 second mark. 2 minutes 31 second mark. What is that?
I think that's a dream that the traveler's having, like that big ball thing. I think that's a dream that he's having, like a nightmare or something like that. I don't think that's a real place.
I suppose it could be that. Maybe that's where all the visions are being kept. I don't know.
I don't know. It's something malicious, that's for sure. We'll see.
We will see. And with that about does it. That's our Genshin 2.0 discussion. Do we have any last minute news on other gacha games?
CC number 4 is coming. Lead Seal. That's the one with Mudrock and Big Bob at the same time. So good luck.
What?
Yeah.
That's both of them.
Yeah, in the
same map.
In the perma map, yes, it's both of them.
But you can use Mudrock.
Yes, you can have Mudrock fight Mudrock. Yes.
Okay.
Good luck. Yeah.
Right.
Good luck to all you people.
Yes. CC for Arc Knights. The second summer event of Princess Connect Redive, guys, is out. Speaking of summer, the Fate Grand Order rerun.
Yes, the Servant Summer Festival rerun. Hopefully it doesn't last too long because I really want to see Merlin. I really want to get Merlin. They'll make us wait. The event will probably last a week and a half or maybe more. But it's gonna start soon, so you can expect more farming event currency, more farming for more materials, and Summer Jolter. If you haven't gotten there already, if you have, more rare prisms. Yay!
Yes. Right. So, and in Japan, by next week, Avalon Lefay Part 2.
Yes, you can bet on it that we're going to have we're gonna talk about things, a lot of things.
We're gonna settle down with this.
We're gonna settle down and talk about things.
300 plus pages, if not more, written by that man. That lunatic.
No way we're going. No way we're gonna miss that stream. Hell no.
Heck, we don't even play JP. We're just excited to watch it.
I'm super excited.
Plus, I'm proud to say I can read the names of the servants now for the most part. So I can find out a few seconds before the translators do.
4 more days. 4 more days.
Yes. Next Wednesday. And we will see you on that weekend. So, with that...
Or maybe the day after. We'll see. We'll see how hype we are.
Weekday episode. We can do it.
It's a possibility. Yeah. We're not sure. Maybe our schedules will allow it. We'll see.
Exactly. So with that... Thank you very much for listening to Gacha Rock and Roll.
Yes, we'll catch you on the flip side.
Bye.
Bye.